Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our semifinals. The semifinals here of the StarCraft Evolution League number 12. It has been an intense broadcast already. Very long one as well for the quarterfinals. 3 hours. 3 hours. But now we're here. Now we are back to jump into our next series, to jump into our ZvP between threepoint and StarAtt. Here we go. As a reminder, this is going to be a best of 5, not a best of 3, to determine the first player to make it through into the grand finals. Let's go to jump into game 1. Game 1 is going to be on Vermeer. Once again, for those just now tuning in for the first time, welcome one and all to StarCraft Evolution. Again, this is a unique mod, a mod that does bring together Brood War and StarCraft 2 and pits them against each other in the 1v1 format. Of course, every game is specifically Brood War versus SC2. We don't see SC2 versus SC2, we don't see Brood War versus Brood War. Always one against the other. And here we go, spawning in the top right-hand corner here of Vermeer. We have the red Protoss player, the SC2 Protoss from land of Taiwan. It is StarAtt. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, going for the 12 pull. I would say the cheesiest Zerg player in all of South Korea, the Brood War Zerg. It is threepoint. It's going to be a short series. Regardless of how this goes, it is going to be a short series 100%. As again, threepoint, even before StarCraft Evolution, I would always paint him as the cheesiest Zerg player in South Korea. I would also say that Homeowner is the cheesiest Terran player in South Korea as well. They go hand in hand, and it makes sense that they both join Hyper 1. Animals, absolute animals. Shaking my head. And with that, we are going to be settling in. Now, this is a risky maneuver just because, of course, we don't know where StarAtt is. This is a 4-player spawn map. 4-player spawn map. We have the Overlord checking on the right-hand side. We have the Drone Scout towards the right-hand side as well, going for the Diagonal Scout. And threepoint, he won't just find StarAtt, he gambles well. Not just with the 12 pool, with the fact that we have close spawns. Close spawns plus a 12 pool as well. Threepoint, he's going to double down, he's going to commit, and he will soon encounter and confirm the base of StarAtt. Yeah, drone confirms no expansion here. He's now fully aware where StarAtt is, as the Overlord gets eyes on the Nexus and the Gateway. Here come the Zerglings flooding across the map. We have more Lings behind this. With threepoint, he does expand. No gases, but he does get a hatchery. Does take his natural. StarAtt, he tries to react here on the low ground. Does all over the pylon. Zealot is being chroned as we speak. Going for the chrono on the Zealot. But Lings, they can always try to knock down that pylon, knock down that wall. Yeah, probe is exposed. The Zealot has around. No, that's around! No, the Lings, they flood in. They do flood in. They get a surround. Rough positioning there for StarAtt. Very rough positioning. Nice kiting there from that Zealot, but more Lings have arrived, and we will get that full surround. The boys have to be pulled. We have to pull the boys here. The Zealot goes down. The boys are not being pulled. And the pylon is going to fall. Now, thankfully, there's a second pylon. They're late. The boys are late. They're late to save the Zealots. Pylon falls. No, it's not within range. I assumed it was. But the second pylon, not within range here of the Gateway. And that is brutal. No other production buildings. There's no other production buildings here. Lings, they're going for the Cyber Core. They have good service area. Probes, they try to engage. They try to... Oh, good. And the Gateway is repowered, but the Cyber Core, it's forfeit. It's going to go down. There's no saving it. There's no saving the Cyber Core. Oh, brutal pickoff. Denies Warp Gate. Denies Warp Gate, gets 5 probes. Takes down the Cyber Core, takes down the Zealot. Denies mining time. Forces out extra pylons and a shield battery. And back at home, we're droning. Back at home, threepoint is droning up, taking his own macro hatchery and a 3rd expansion as well. Gases are late, but I mean, there's no Warp Gate anyway. There's no Warp Gate, there's no Cyber Core. He can afford to drone up and be somewhat greedy. StarAtt, he is going to be stuck at home. Is going to be pinned down, and threepoint, we'll see where we go from here. StarAtt responds with a Stargate. Okay, so Stargate opener out of start, but a very delayed Stargate, very late setup. He's got a ways to go. Has a ways to go here. Likewise, going into Hydra production from the side of threepoint, so Ling Hydra As a reminder, Hydra Tech is hatch-based, not lair-based. So he's got that Hydra in. He does skip link speed as well. Uh-oh. Yeah, it does skip link speed. Fully walls off as well with that Eva chamber. Okay, that's to do nothing. Ooh, StarAtt, does he have the wherewithal to actually scout to check the third? Again, this third base is, there's nothing here. There's nothing at the third base. He could be getting damage done, but last StarAtt, he backs up. He pulls away. Does not check the expansion. Doesn't feel the need to. And now we have Hydras. Now Hydras have arrived. And fun fact, threepoint is not droning. Threepoint is cutting workers at 35. That is under 2 base saturation. You can see here only 5 drones at the natural, and then we have 6 drones here at the third. Just pure Ling Hydra. He's rallying across the map, working on Hydra speed. The mineral line is exposed. The Oracle can pop off. We can get damage done at the same time as the stasis. One shield battery, Phoenix will not help. But the Oracle will pop off. Not bad, drones are going down. One of the Hydras does respond. The all-in has arrived. And that's going to be a lot of economic damage. That's going to be 4 drone kills, not bad. Meanwhile, does he notice? Oh, he doesn't! Oh my god, massive stasis! A very nice stasis trap here from StarAtt. He delays the push. He slows down threepoint. That's a good start. What else do we have? What else do we got? Gateways are finishing. Another stasis on the way. But threepoint, he will still overwhelm. Yeah, there is that other stasis though. But once again, the wall is exposed. He's going to be able to knock it down. Does target the Cybercore. Which means no more Stalkers or Adepts. Or Sentries. Yeah, just Slow Lots. Slow Lots are warping in. Cybercore is being rebuilt. He wants a Sentry. Does get it. No Force Fields. And no Force Fields. Stasis Trap likewise targeted down as well. Ooh, does hard down the Oracle, the Phoenix, the everything. And behind this threepoint, now he drones. Now he's droning up. After all this damage. And he's trading well for himself. Again, got the Oracle, got the Phoenix, got the Cybercore. StarAtt, he does hold, but he holds because threepoint is not all in. I mean, I should say he's droning. He's just droning up behind this, saturating, focusing on his economy. We do have a charge on the way here from StarAtt, getting to +1, working towards a Dark Shrine. DT is going to be an interesting one here just because Overlords are detectors. Likewise, you have Spores in position as well. Side is a treat for sure. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think StarAtt, he's been very active in the StarCraft Evolution League Code A, right? Like in Code A, he's been playing a lot in that, if I recall correctly. Oh. As he does, the stutters have been. We do see some rough trades here from threepoint, bleeding out a lot of Hydras. Ooh, Hydras and Overlords as well. Overlords going down. Supply blocks 3 points. Okay, StarAtt, he's holding his own. Let's go. Does hold his own. Do you see the 3 points? I mean, he's supply blocks, so he can't even saturate properly. Getting into the base. Getting another expansion. 6 Overlords on the way. Once again, moving in. Oh, no detection. The 1 DT. Let's go. The 1 Dark Templar. He's holding the line. Now we finally get the... This is an 8:30 lair timing. Insanely late lair here for 3 points. Likewise, that does get across the map. 3 point. He's in a bit of trouble here. Again, because of the low economy, because of the non-stop all-ins that haven't been killing StarAtt. StarAtt, he's holding his own. Thought he has a comparable army, a comparable force to work with. It does have charge. That's a lot of Hydras. Once again, free damage without Dark Templar. Getting some free shots off. Pulls away. How many gateways do we have? 7! 7 gates on 2 bases. Getting up to 9, my apologies. So it's going to be a 9-gate 2-base all-in out of StarAtt. As he is not expanding, not yet. Oh. Committing further. Nice kiting here from 3-point, but I'm still bleeding out a lot of Hydras. And remember, there's no lurkers. It's just pure, it's literally just pure Hydra. Pure Hydra, Bobby. Yeah. StarAtt, he can expand. Hopes not to. Just committing to extra war pins, going for Storm. Storm is on the way. Oof, and he's pushing into a brutal concave of Hydras. Again, without Storm, without splash damage, I don't see him taking this fight. The Hydras, they can just, yeah, they can just mass up, they can hold their own. They stutter step in. They catch out the Archon. Where are the storms? ¿A dónde están? La tormenta. So I'm moving in. Zealous, they do coming from behind. Still no detection, by the way. We have no overlords in position, so the DTs, they still continue to get just free damage. So far, they've been well worth it here for StarAtt. With that 3-point over. So there we go. Overlords, they now move in. They have now arrived. Still not quite in position, though. Storms, they're coming into flank. 3-point is getting surrounded. Oh no. No storms, though. Not enough energy. Yeah, barely no storms. Prism goes down. And 3-point, he will still overwhelm. This is a very clutch fight. Again, a very messy fight, messy engagement from both players. But there is no third. And no expansion here for StarAtt. He's going to be contained. 3-point getting a 4th expansion. And with that, he will still just completely surpass this army. Takes down the Archons. We got 3 Stalkers left. Oh, we got 3 Stalkers. High Temple moving in. Unfortunately, we won't quite see a storm. Unfortunately, we do have the NG overcharge, though. Eventually. We can soon use it. But GG gets called. Yeah, it's just too much to handle. In 3-point, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. 3-point, he will claim the first game here. A very intense all-in, a very intense game, as 3-point, he just refused to drone. Like, initially with the 12 pool, followed by the 2-base Hydra all-in, followed by droning up somewhat, but still committing on pure Hydra. Again, a very messy game, a very messy couple of fights there, but in the end, 3-point did still overwhelm. StarAtt just could not keep up. Unfortunately, even though he teched into Storm, we never saw Storm. We never saw Storm. We never had the energy for Storm either. That could have been a game changer there in some of those fights, but never came into play. Never came into play. GG well played. With that 3-point, takes game number 1. He does take the first game, and now we're getting ready for game numero 2. As game 2 is going to be on Sylphid. Again, Sylphid, as a reminder, is the 3-player spawn map. 3-player spawn map. We'll see if we go for another 12 pool. I feel like it's a little bit less likely here on Sylphid, but we'll see. We'll see. How lovely, we switch colors. God damn it. Bam. As spawning in the left side, on the left side here of Sylphid, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg, representing Team Hyper 1, leading the series 1-0. Oh. It is a 3-point. This time the SC2 Zerg. Hold on. Let me just fix up their names. God damn it. Beautiful. And spawning in the top side here, top side of Sylphid, we have the Brood War Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss from Taiwan. It is StarAtt. Here we go. So we are settling in. And we do have our drone scout in immediately. We do see threepoint does confirm the location here of his opponent. Again, as a reminder, this is a 3-player small map. You can spawn in top side, left side, and the right side as well. So threepoint does scout immediately. StarAtt is still looking. StarAtt, he's still searching for his opponent. Will eventually confirm. Behind this, hatch first. Important we point out, hatch first opener here at a 3-point. No crazy 12-pool shenanigans this time. Susan asking in the chat, what version of the game is this? This is StarCraft Evolution. This is a mod. This is a mod that brings together both SC2 and Brood War. Shout out to the team working behind the scenes here or working on this mod. Exclamation mark SC Evo in the chat if you want to help support the Caprilu team. Again, there is a team of modders that are quite dedicated when it comes to creating graphical assets, when it comes to balancing the game, porting over maps as well. If you want to support the team behind this mod, you can do so via their Patreon. They do have a Patreon set up. And I believe there are other benefits to being a patron. I think you can even prioritize and suggest maps to be ported over from Brood War and some other kind of some other benefits as well. Oh. As we do have a Nexus into Gate into Forge here. Sorry, we do have our standard opener, Gate Cyber Expand into a faster Forge. This looks like a +1 charge base all in, but we'll see. Again, the early Forge is interesting to me here from StarAtt. If we're rushing to +1, this should be 4 Zealot legs, but we'll keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, the gas steal. Let's go. Gas steal in the main. We'll foresee second gas here at the natural. Stargate opener. Okay. Oh, I see. Now the Forge makes sense. We're not rushing into +1. We're rushing into cannons. Are we going to turtle up on 2 bases and go into Sky Toss? No shot. Uh-oh. Is that the plan? Now Probe is in position. Attempts to wall up. Zella otherwise busy here in the main. Legs, they slip in. We have an insanely fast lair here from our Zerg player. Yeah, what, 3-minute lair at a 3-point. Very fast lair. With this could be a Nidus all-in, right? This could be a Nidus all-in. This could be 2-base Muta if we take gases. We could be setting up for Drop Lords if we get into Overlord speed. But now the Zealot wreaking havoc, but we have 2 queens. And they do defend. They do defend. Checking across the map, the Stargate was spotted. We have the Scout on the way. The Scout will shut down the Overlord at least. And I don't see any extra gases. No extra gases. Oh, there we go. There we go. We have 2 more gases at the natural. 3 gases in total. Are we going for the Spire? Meanwhile, that is going to be initially Scout opener into the Citadel. So we mentioned at the beginning when we saw the Forge, if we were getting to +1, charge based all in. Yeah, +1 into charge lots. So our initial read was correct. Again, we were thrown off by the Stargate, but looks like it's only to deny vision. So we're not rushing into Sky Toss. So it is going to be a charge based all in. Meanwhile, with the fast lair, I'd assumed a Muta, but no, only 3 gases does not get the 4th gas geyser. This is a Miyamika variation. It's a variation of Miyamika build. Going into 2-base Hydra. Again, Miyamika used to be very fond of 2-base Hydra play. Off of 3 gases. There was a time where this was prevalent, at least from some players, in StarCraft 2. Now getting a 4th gas geyser. We should be getting a 3rd hatchery here, at least just for larva. But Hydras are amassing. Are building up. And if this was a rush into carrier, then I'll be honest, threepoint would completely shut it down. But threepoint has only limited scanning information. I don't think he's even seen the researching Forge. Oh, no, he has. I believe he has. But he's going for it. Once again, going mass Hydra. No expansion, no third. Just straight up 2-base Hydra. Here we go. Not even for Larva, which surprises me. There we go. Now the third base is on the way. Now he does move out. Behind this, I mean, there are going to be plenty of charge lots. I'll be honest, I'm not too certain that Mass Hydra can pull this off. We'll see. Okay, the speed lots are revealed. Now 3-point knows. Again, he may have thought it was going to be a rush into Mass Skytoss. As he pulls all the way back. Does make a stand. Still making pure Hydra. Storm is on the way. And I worry here for 3-point. Like, this army, it feels like it does have a lifespan. Like, it does have an expiration date, I should say. Specifically Mass Hydra and pure Hydra. Without Link Bane supports. Without any lurkers either. There it is. Lurker Den's now on the way. Does realize he does need lurkers. Trying to slow down StarAtt. Does try to slow him down. TT's revealed. Storm is now done, and Storm is ready. Now, as we settle into this, I do actually favor StarAtt's position. StarAtt, has an even base count. He's actually up in probes as well, so he has a better economy. So better economy, and I would say he has a better army as well. Currently, going into Charge Lot, into Dragoon, into Storm, I would say he does have a better composition than his opponent. But that will soon change with the arrival of Lurkers. Like, Lurkers, they will change the dynamic here. And it will be more difficult for StarAtt to engage. Setting up Dropper Lords. Overlord speed is on the way as well. Scout his own back. And I do feel like StarAtt, there was maybe a window that he could have abused. Remember, he's up in supply right now, but he missed that window. The Lurkers, they've morphed in. And they're going for a drop play. The Lunkers, they have arrived. So drop towards the main, and a drop towards the third. Again, 3-point is still vulnerable. StarAtt, he can still snowball out of control. Again, he has so many storms. He has 7 High Templar. 7 Templar. Now is the time. He's eclipsing the supply here of 3-point, but if he waits too long, then 3-point can recover. He's making lurkers. Now there's 4 defensive lurkers. And now StarAtt is moving up, but has he missed that timing? I think he still hasn't. I think he can still pull this off. He still has a terrifying army. Lurkers now moving in. Like 3-point, he's hoping to cause a distraction, hoping to force StarAtt back home. Hoping to, at least. And here he comes. First drop into the main. Oh, that does distract. StarAtt, he turns around. He turns everything around. Lurkers, they do burrow. 3-point, again, just threatening the army. 3-point down here when it comes to the army itself. There we go, drops into both mineral lines. Drop towards the third. StarAtt, everything turns around. Oh god. Again, it's only 2 lurkers, by the way. Only 2 lurkers, they drag everything back home. There's a storm. Oof, no detection. Oh no. A very messy defense here from StarAtt. Very messy. As more lurkers are waddling in. And 3-point, he's buying up enough time to max out. He's just buying time to max out, getting another base, droning up as well. Again, I'm pretty sure if StarAtt pushed, I think he just wins. I think he would have just won then and there. Remember, there were only 4 lurkers to defend. Other than that, just pure Hydra. And StarAtt, he's just heavily distracted. Storm does miss. Lurker in the mineral line. 13 probe kills. And StarAtt, he used to have a 30-40 supply lead, now only by 10. Right now, the supply is so much closer. Now the army is there for 3-point. Now we can make a stand. Unfortunately, Star, he just overreacted to those lurkers. Did overcommit. Lurker drops are continuing. Maybe continue. Yo, we got the token swarm host on the way. Let's go. Nice storm and 2 lurkers. Up in the lurker spread here is brutal. There we have plenty of lurkers to work with. Despite that start, he can still try to break through this. Yeah, it's pushing forward. Storm does zone. Observers, they survive. We're running out of lurkers. Only 3 lurkers left. Down to 2. Down to 1. 1 lurker remaining. And Star, he still has enough. Yeah, he will just break through those lurkers. And threepoint, he kind of hold his own. Not against this many storms. And I was worried. that StarAtt had missed his window. Nice. It's still wide open. It's still wide open. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Stopping is now is not the time. There's only 2 lurkers. Keep going, Pack. Ay, ay, ay. As he rotates over. High Templar, they're being thrown away. Yeah, 1, 2 High Templar go down. A 3rd High Templar, almost a 4th. But bleeding out High Templar is dangerous, but nice storms nonetheless. Oh my god, the storms, they just shut down the lurkers. Lurkers, they just melt. Yeah, and he's done it. He has done it. The Stalker, there's just no answer to the storms. He storms everything. The umbrella does nothing. The lurkers do nothing. And with that, the army melts. GG gets cold, and StarAtt, he ties up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. The storms made the lurkers look like hydras. Unironically. Like the storms, they just did not give a damn about the lurkers. GG, well played. Again, I was very concerned that StarAtt was taking too long, but nah, I should have had more faith in the Brood War storm. As Jesus, like not even the lurkers were safe. Oh my god. Lurkers, they were just melting so fast in those storms. GG, well played. With that, we do see StarAtt fight back. We have a back and forth. We have a series. And is threepoint ever going to macro? Because he has gone for all-ins both in game 1 and in game 2 with mixed success. Does it continue coming into game 3? As game 3 is going to be on Pylon. Oh boy. Pylon is going to be coming up next. Here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner here of Pylon, we have the South Korean Zerg player. I would say the favorite player to win the entire tournament, but he's now forced into a tied series in the semifinals. We'll see if we can bring it back. For Team Hyper 1, it is a threepoint. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Brood War. Terran, oh right, of course. Oh god, I forgot. So he's an SC2 Protoss. For Brood War, he plays random. So my apologies. So last game he played random and he rolled Protoss. Here he played random and he rolls Terran. The Taiwanese player, it is StarAtt. The random player. Oh boy. So I do apologize, I did forget that detail, but yeah, StarAtt, he's a Brood War random player, SC2 Protoss. And we'll see what he goes for this time, as we have a gas into pool. Ooh, very aggressive opener here by threepoint with the earlier gas geyser. That means earlier Ling speed, or even an earlier Baneliness, or even an earlier Roach Ward. So just early tech here from threepoint. Meanwhile, Rax expand out of StarAtt. So standard opener out of our Terran player. Meanwhile, what are we going to be doing when we're going to get done with this gas? Link speed, and he pulls out. So now we have confirmation, no Roach Warren, no Baneliness, no Fast Lair, just Link speed. So fast Link speed here out of 3-point. I mean, he can still Link Flood, true. Like, he can still just go for an all-in. But now we have 6 Lings on the way, and the real question is, do we make any more? Do we make any more Zerglings? SCV gets shut down. We have 2 more Raxes behind this. 3 Rax stim timing here out of StarAtt. This has been very trendy, very popular here in this matchup. We saw this earlier between Kiwian and Rumiath, actually. Did see this earlier. And we're seeing it here again. Ooh, the Overlord goes down. Brutal supply block. Overlord does fall. Marines, they kite back. As he gets the hell out of here. Does pull away. Second Marine has arrived. Ooh, but alas. Marine does fall. Boys are being pulled. Does get 1 more SCV, potentially. Oh. Not quite. Slipping by, going into the main. And by going into the main base, he will confirm the 3 racks. Yeah, he confirms. 3 racks stim timing here from the Terran. And we'll see how 3-point reacts. There's the Academy working towards stim. Lings, they do get 1 SCV. Just the 1. This 3-point is still building up behind this, going into a Baneling nest, so he's going for a Ling Bane defense, not roaches. But this is going to hit quite hard. We spoke about this last time, but again, this is going to hit very hard, very fast with stim, with medics, with potentially a couple of fire bats as well. Yep, there we go. Fire bat is on the way. And this timing does hit like a truck. But 3-point saw everything, so he knows. He knows what's coming his way. He's preparing back at home by droning and soon focusing on Ling and Bane production. On top of that, spreading creep. Like, the creep is going to be crucial here to engage. He's here to fire it up. Let's go. So we are looking to move out. We have to wait a little bit longer here for stim. Stim is done in 10 seconds. Just waiting for an extra wave of reinforcements before committing. And you can see 3-point getting ready with his Banelings. Banelings are morphing in. Queens are pushing forward as well. He's got all the Queens, all the Ling Bane. Here comes StarAtt. Here comes the push. Meanwhile, 235 shells. Let's go, on the way. We remember. I believe it's 235. I remember it's not 6. It's not 6. And here we go. The fireback gets started down. Nice set up this around. It does try to lock down the army, and he will. Very nice round here from a 3-point. He shuts down the bio push, shuts down the medevac time or medic timing, the stim timing, and with that started to get the hell out of here. Does pull away. Again, 3-point taking it seriously. Behind this, now he can start droning. His drone count is a little bit lackluster, but now he's free to drone, just saturate. Double lever chamber, double upgrade. Lair is on the way, embracing Ling Bane. Two, 3, 8. Oh, 238. That's it. All right, it was 1 less than 239. That's it. For some reason, I was thinking 1 less from 236. God damn it. Yes, 238. No, we'll get it next time. We'll get it next time. So you can move in. And again, he's still committed here to bioproduction. He's got his mass Raxes up and running, just rallying out with Marine and Medic, with a couple of Firebats mixed in as well. And thankfully for 3-point, he's not running up too heavily. He does get up to just under 3 base saturation, still fixed it in Ling Bane, but we cannot defend that expansion, not quite yet. Baneling speed only just began. Does counterattack, does force back his opponent. Yeah, it does force him back home. Will delay the push, which means this cancel was an overreaction. Yeah, this was an overreaction. He just assumed that Star was going to commit, but he did come back home. So now the fourth base is late for 3-point. Now double expanding. Yo, we got double starport on the way? Okay, interesting. Going into double starport production. No science facility yet. But we might be working towards those science vessels. Meanwhile, nice around. Collapsing on the army. Going for the Marines. And getting some decent trades. Decent pickups. As we double scan. Confirming the hive that's on the way. With this does look like Ling Bane into Ultra. There's no hydrogen, so I have no reason to assume that we're working towards lurkers yet. So we're assuming Ultra Tech. Last once again, lack of splits, so there's only medics. Yeah, only medics remain. And with that, it's going to get once again completely surrounded, completely shut down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, StarAtt does overextend. Now working towards vultures, working towards spider mines, but it is late. As the hive is almost done. 3-point moving in. It does surround, it takes down the vulture. Oh, good. Catching at the fire bats as well. Does catch him out. And we're waiting for that Ultra Cavern. Hive is almost done. Gases are being taken. They're going to be spent on something. Now Adrenal. They run by does in, and there it is. There's that Ultra Cavern. Now StarAtt does scout. He does scan. Is aware. The vessel's now on the way. But unfortunately StarAtt, he's just lost so much momentum already here in this game. Meanwhile, 3-point is joined up to 82. He has successfully joined up, and now it's time for pure Ling Bane Ultra. Oh, the vultures, they're so slow. Like, without ion thrusters. Oh, yo. You see the guy driving it as well. Let's go. A radiator's on the way. That will help. Start trying to find a way to be active on the map. The creep is lackluster for 3 points, so that is in favor of StarPoint. What? Of StarAtt. So he can still be a little bit more active here, a little bit more aggressive. Ultra production has begun, but kindness plating is still on the way. The upgrades are lackluster here for 3-point. He isn't there yet. Once again, collapsing on the army. We need a decent spread here, but oh god, the Banelings are brutal. The Banelings are still brutal. More Banelings on the way. Wings, they're holding their own. And Banelings, they look to crash in. Ooh, they don't quite connect with the bio. Nice defense matrix here on the Firebats. Okay. Firebat does hold. Banelings, they get spent on the Firebats as well. And Radiate on the Queens. 3-point is in danger. He's in trouble. Lings are trickling in, and they do get us around. Black Red's Queen does pull back. Yeah, medics are surrounded. They caught out. Oof. Expensive losses there for StarAtt, bleeding out medics. Ultras have arrived, and remember, there's no answer. The answer was meant to be irradiate, but it was spent on the Queens. We need an irradiate. Oh, no. So let's pull back. Spider-Man getting baited. And the Ultra waddling in. Kindness plating is now done. He just wants hugs. He just wants hugs. There's the irradiates on the lone Ultra. Ay, ay, ay. We have to be wary of that as well, as it is doing splash damage to those friendly units. Ooh, second irradiate on the second Ultra. Ooh. First one goes down. And with that side, he's holding. He's holding on. Does hold for the time being. But another Ultra has arrived. He's waddling in. Oh, God. At the same time, Lings, they do get into the mineral line. StarAtt down to a 2-base economy. And from here, threepoint just chilling. Threepoint has had a hard time spending his money. It looks like we've been missing, no injects. Yeah, no injects here. Limited injects, I should say, just in the main and the natural. No injects at the 3rd, 4th, or 5th base. So without that larva, threepoint, he can't remax as quickly as he otherwise should. That is giving StarAtt a little bit more time to breathe. But what can he do with that time? That's a lot of science vessels. That's a lot of science. He's throwing it down. There we go. Radiation here on the Ultras as well. Meanwhile, please do go for the drop into the main. Ling and Ultra drop. Let's go. Catching out the production. Oof, and GG gets caught. That will be the kill shot as threepoint. He will take a 2-1 lead in the semis. GG. Does take the lead here. Again, a very intense back and forth. We did see, unfortunately, StarAtt take some really rough trades, or some really rough fights in the middle of the game when it came to not just his first stim timing, but the second push as well. He was just getting surrounded, shut down. He had a really hard time building up his army because of those losses, and threepoint was able to gain momentum from there, able to get away with his ultra tech. We did see that there were some better engagements at some times there for StarAtt, especially with his first push with the Radiate. But again, his own economy was lackluster. Again, he wasn't too efficient with his army initially and just did not have enough to break through, didn't have enough to punish the Zerg. And once the Ultras arrived, I mean, threepoint, he got there, right? He got there to his final form. GG. GG, well played. With that, threepoint takes the lead, and we're here to determine, will StarAtt force the ace match, or will threepoint win it from here? Up next, we're going to be loading in for the first time here in this broadcast, loading into Troy. I'm a little bit surprised. I'm surprised that this has been vetoed so often. I'm quite fond of Troy. I like it, baby. I like it. I've been missing Troy. Well, let's go. Getting into our next game. As God, they just keep switching colors. God damn it. Man, there we go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Troy, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. Whew. The SC2 Protoss. More importantly, down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can force the ace match. It is StarAtt. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Brood War Zerg player. We have the purple Zerg from land of South Korea representing Team Hyper 1. It is a threepoint. Here we go, and welcome one and all to Troy. Troy has a lot going on. First things first, welcome to a map that makes use of these assimilators. Now, something that was unique to Brood War that wasn't really replicated in SE2 in any major way is the fact that, fun fact, an assimilator actually has a smaller model than what lies underneath, than a gas geyser. Typically. So the way this works here is that when the assimilator here, it is fully depleted, when it is destroyed, it is going to be replaced with permanent rocks. Now, in Brood War, it would be replaced by gas geysers, and then you can actually rebuild the assimilator on top of the gas geyser, and once again, open things up a little bit here. In StarCraft 2, it's not quite as possible. It's not as fluid when it comes to the transition, when it comes to the counterpoint. So here, instead, a permanent wall. So if you can destroy these assimilators, we do get a wall off here instead. And you can completely, we have seen players go for drop play. We've seen Terrans, for example, go for doom drops, bust into the main, focus down the assimilators, and completely cut off their opponents. And depending on their race, they have no way to get back into the main base as well. So these can be a big factor. Likewise, they're also available here at some of these other fringe bases to fully wall these areas off to protect you from Ling run-bys and counterattacks and any form of aggression. So these are almost like pseudo island bases, just because you can fully wall this area off. Like with permanent terrain, not with destructible terrain. Likewise, we have actual islands. We have here next to the main bases, we have this low ground setup here that you gain access to via Nidus or via drop play. Of course, a 4-player spawn map as well, so you can spawn in bottom left, bottom right, and top left. So large map, a lot of bases, pseudo islands as well. The center of the map is very open. True, the center of the map is very open. There are some points of elevation that you can make use of. There's some hidden terrain here with this tall grass, at least a little bit, but for the most part, a very open center. And we have seen a lot of late game on Troy because of that. Like, because of how open the center is, like a lot of move outs and aggression has been like deterred and is not as incentivized. Meanwhile, we're going into Glaive. Oh my god, Twilight Council opening into Glaives. StarAtt being hyper aggressive. Going into Glaive Adepts. Additional gateway is going to be on the way. There should be at least 4 gates. We could even double down, commit, and go up to 6 gate Glaives on 2 bases. First Adept has arrived. You do see StarAtt did open up. Sorry, we did see threepoint open up Hatch Gas Pool. He's going into Hydra production. Remember, he is the Brutal player, so going into Ling Hydra. He's setting up some site defense here at the bases, at the fringe expansions. Proxy pylon across the map. Bearing in mind that this is going to be Glaive Adepts without a Robo, so there's no War Prism to reinforce. That's why this proxy is that much more important. That much more important here for StarAtt. There's a proxy on the way. How many gates in total? 3 gates at home, 1 across the map, 4 gate Glaives. And Lings, they do scout. They do confirm. They get eyes on the setup. Threepoint. I mean, he sees all the adepts on the way, so he knows. He is aware. He's massing up Hydras as we speak. No sunken colonies yet, which is a concern. Adepts still poking forward. Still poking forward, massing in more depths. Meanwhile, I did assume, yes, it's a 2-base all-in. 2-base all-in, which means not just 4 gates, we're going up to 7. 7 gate Glaive Adepts. I just assumed up to 6, but okay. 7 gateways. The spine coolers, the sun colonies are done. Adepts, they bust in. They do try to focus on one of the colonies, and it will go down. The Lings are coming from behind, though. And they come in to support. They collapse on the Adepts. Not quite able to save the colony, but Hydras, they come in to reinforce. Lings do go down. Yeah, the Zerglings are cleaned up. You can see here, threepoint replacing that sunken colony. Does replace. The Adepts, they're too low. Yeah, they're too low. They're being cleaned up. Upgrades are on the way. Lings, Adepts, they do get past. They do slip by. Delaying threepoint, forcing him back home. They force him back for a moment, but threepoint has gained map control. He's running up behind this. Now gases are on the way here for StarAtt. He's trying to transition out as well, but he's stuck on pure Adept. He has nothing else. He has no Robo, no Forge, no nothing. Now he starts the Robo and Forge, but this is so late, and this has not been worth it. Not worth it for StarAtt. Again, he went 7 gate Glaive Adepts, and what did he get for it? He got 2 drones. He got 2 drones. He got some Zerglings. He got 3 Hydras. He got 1 colony. That is not good enough. Hydras start stepping in. Anyway, we do have the sentry on the high ground. Does force field. Forcing back threepoint. Threepoint behind this droning. He's droning up. He's containing his opponent on 2 bases. He does not have to break his opponents. Not at all. Pushing up a ramp here is not going to be easy. Just take it slow. Take it slow. Threepoint open, hatch gas wall. Thank you for letting us know. I was, of course, focusing on just the map itself. I was having story time on Troy and the gas geysers, the simulators. But yeah, thank you for letting me know. To go for a more economic opener, I should say. Blair is down the way. as here we go, we do see threepoint just start to step in. Does find the proxy, does shut it down. And StarAtt, he's slowly working towards the mid game. He's got Storm now on the way, +1 on the way, third base as well. StarAtt is behind, like StarAtt, he's still in a rough position. And what is concerning me here is, I mean, it's threepoint. He's just so unwilling to drone. Like, he could just drone, get a fourth base, and get up to 80 workers. Like, right now, he'd be somewhat free to focus on his economy, but he's staying on a lower drone count on Mass Hydra. He's not taking up into lurkers, but Storm is not done. Oh, Storm is not yet done. He's now moving in. He can take the fight. High Templar exposed. Speaking of, and I've said you shade past. Storm is still on the way. He's going for it. He is going for the kill, going for the throat. He smells blood in the water. High Templar go down. GG gets called. 0 Storm, 5 seconds away, and threepoint. He will overwhelm. He will claim the series 3-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Threepoint, he just doubles down, he cuts workers early on, he commits on 3 bases, and again he does overwhelm StarAtt, just not giving him a chance to macro into the game. Again, it was a failed 2-base all-in. Remember, how many gates? 7, not even 8. He went up to 7 gate 2-base all-in with Mass Glaive Adepts, and he killed 2 drones. He killed 3 Hydras. Wasn't worth it. Was not worth it. He did I should say he was overwhelmed. He was just outscaled there by threepoint. GG, well played. With that threepoint, he will claim the series, and he will advance on to the grand finals.